Just about 6:53. Time to get you ready to take on your Tuesday here in the morning sprint. Kelsey Morgan looking ahead to new election results, which could help decide an important local race. Mark Peterson tracking rain on the way right now. But first to Caroline Flynn explaining an effort to crack down on homeless camping in Spokane Valley.
Yeah, well, tonight you have the opportunity to weigh in on some potential new policy changes affecting homelessness in Spokane Valley and possibly you as well. What's going on is the city of Spokane Valley is trying to fix the problem and are looking to ban camping on public land, which includes parks and sidewalks, and also reduce park hours. In the winter, parks would close at 7 o'clock. Now, this is all happening tonight at City Hall at 6 o'clock. The public comment is going to be heard by the City Council before voting, and of course, you can keep an eye on 4 News Now. We'll have updates throughout the evening on decisions that are made.
This morning, former President Jimmy Carter will have brain surgery. The 95-year-old is scheduled to undergo a procedure to relieve pressure on his brain caused by bleeding from his recent falls. Carter is the longest living U.S. president. Earlier this month, he revealed he is not afraid of death following a cancer battle in 2015.
Naturally, that I was going to die. And I found that I was absolutely and completely at ease with death.
Carter's procedure is set to happen this morning at Emory University Hospital in Atlanta.
Well, could we be headed for a recount? Right now, the race for Spokane's next council president is so close, it would require an automatic recount. That could change today when new results are announced. We haven't seen updated numbers since Friday when Cindy Wendell was leading Breanne Beggs by just 145 votes. Thousands of ballots are still left to be counted. We're expected to see the next tally sometime this afternoon or evening. When all the votes are in, a machine recount would be required if less than 2,000 votes separate the two candidates. A manual recount by hand will be triggered if it comes down to more than or fewer than 150 votes. It's not clear when exactly all of the city ballots will be tallied. Today's numbers should include a good amount of them. You can be among the first to know when those new election results come in. If you have the 4 News Now app, we'll send you a push alert like this one as soon as those results are in.
All right, do not leave the house unless you're ready for some of those scattered showers that are be coming in. Cool temperatures at 33 degrees. School is back in session. Make sure those kids are ready for it. We're tracking it on radar right now. It is just to the northwest of us, and it's going to run right over the top of us. Your 10-second takeaway is this. The rain showers then dry as you and your kids come home from work and school. This thing should be done about 1 o'clock, so make sure you're ready for school with layers.
Well, a dispute over who will run Spokane's warming center is over. Local nonprofit Jules Helping Hands will operate the Cannon Street Center despite concerns over the criminal history of one of its staff members. 4 days ago, the city asked the nonprofit to vacate. They didn't budge, and now they won't have to. City leaders have decided to move forward with the organization in charge while they review into concerns about one of its members proceeds. The warming center is set to open at the end of next week. Well, you might think dozens of patrol cars parked outside a business would make a criminal think twice about breaking in.
He was very bold. He didn't seem to care.
Clearly did not faze this guy who broke down a door at a new building Raycom Spokane is building on East Sprague in Spokane Valley. Raycom installs two-way radios and sirens on emergency vehicles. The intruder stole about $2,000 worth of tools and electronic equipment. The company is offering a $250 reward for information leading to an arrest. You'll soon have one less local department store to shop at. The Spokane Valley Sears will close its doors after the holidays. The store at the Northtown Mall already closed back in October, and now the Valley location will close in February. Across the country, the company is closing 96 more Sears and Kmart stores, which will leave only 182 stores left. Well, coming up next on Good Morning America, a story on those on the South Hill can relate to. A New Jersey town terrorized by wild turkeys. They block driveways, walk in traffic, even chase people.
We have them on the roof. They're pecking at our roofs. Our brand new vehicles, they're pecking at our vehicles.
Next, why animal control says there's nothing they can do. And a Connecticut father charged with manslaughter in the Caribbean. He's now refusing to return to the island for a court hearing, saying he was just protecting his family from an intruder.
It's been a living nightmare.
The father's lawyers say medical evidence proves he did nothing wrong.
Today, the Supreme Court will hear arguments about DACA. The case in question challenges how the Trump administration brought an end to the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program. Months after taking office, President Trump called for ending the protections for roughly 700,000 undocumented immigrants who were brought to the U.S. as children. It led to numerous legal challenges, which are now before the nation's highest court.
If your child could use a warm winter coat, just stop by the Northeast Community Center. Our Coats for Kids giveaway with all the coats you generously donated continues there this morning. It's first come, first served, starting at 10 a.m. You'll need to bring photo ID and documentation for the child in your house to the 4000 block of North Cook Street. And you can now get Disney Plus, the new streaming service just launched, putting Disney's treasure trove of content all in one place. It will also feature some new content, expanding the Star Wars universe with shows like The Mandalorian and soon a reboot of Lizzie McGuire. And all streamers will have access to more than 500 movies and 7,500 TV episodes. Coming up next, GMA is celebrating Disney Plus with a launch party live from Times Square. Sean Spicer is now out on Dancing with the Stars. The former White House press secretary finally got the boot last night. He had consistently received low scores from the judges, but stayed alive thanks to viewers' votes and some support from his former boss. President Donald Trump had been urging people to vote for Spicer. He even tweeted during the show last night, but it wasn't enough as Spicer was finally voted off. Seattle sports fans are in heaven. Fresh off a thrilling Seahawks win last night, today they will flood the streets of downtown to celebrate the Sounders. A victory parade for the MLS Cup champions starts at noon in Westlake Park, then wraps up with a champions rally at Seattle Center.
All right, still a dry sky condition over Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, but that's going to change here in the next hour as we see the next system coming in. That's going to be rain through maybe midday, 1 o'clock. The afternoon looks better. 40 for our high today. Warming, dry Wednesday, 44. Warmer Thursday, 46.